Hey guys, you know that's my favorite thing to say. Welcome in. How's it been? Okay, hi. We are here with Jordan, the famous caker. I am so stoked. She made me a cake for my birthday and I have been dreaming about it ever since. I told her I wanted a dairy-free, gluten-free, super clean cake, and she made it and I couldn't taste the difference. And I'm really excited because this can show you guys to basically, you can indulge without the drama of feeling guilty.
I'm gonna show everyone how easy this is, and it's gonna taste bomb.
I'm so excited.
It's gonna be so good. So yeah, as you said, it's completely gluten-free, dairy-free. I mean, it's vegan. There's no, and
basically nothing.
It's everything-free cake. Can also say it's refined sugar-free because it just has a little bit of coconut sugar.
Yes, and coconut sugar I am such a fan of because it's low glycemic and doesn't spike your blood sugar
and
levels.
It tastes really caramelly, and it's just delicious.
No, something about coconut sweetener is kind of all you need.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I mean the base of the cake is some really good Dutch processed cocoa powder. It really does pay to get like an oh my gosh, it's such a hard word to say. Alkalinized.
I can never say that.
Alkalinized cocoa powder. And then we've got our almond flour, or ground almonds. You know, that replaces any flour, really.
Amazing.
And then that adds texture and nutrition.
Protein.
We've got just a little bit, this like the tiniest bit of coconut flour, and that's just gonna help to like bind it. Obviously that's gluten-free.
Yep.
Then we've got our 72% chocolate chips. So these are dairy-free because it's just all cocoa solids. There's no dairy in there, so that's awesome. And then our raising agent, which is just baking powder, and then we also have some olive oil, and I've put my vanilla extract in there already.
Ooh, I love it.
And then finally the coconut cream. So this is our liquid.
Perfect.
Yeah. So this is like essentially the recipe. In the book, it's made into little mini cakes, and then I've actually put some chili flakes in the original version.
Okay.
We're not going to do that today because we're going to use berries, and I feel like let's just keep it like summery and you know. And we're going to make one whole cake rather than the little individual ones. I think that will just be more delicious.
Okay, so first things first.
Okay, so first things first, we're gonna put all of our dry ingredients in here and whisk them together.
Okay,
and then from there, we're gonna add our wet. So go ahead and, you know, do the cocoa powder, the sugar.
And go full on.
Go full on.
All of it.
This is why I love this recipe, because we don't even need any equipment. Like, it's just a bowl and a spatula.
I'm all about like not measuring. But these are probably measured out.
These are measured.
Okay, just kidding. You do the measuring, I just do the pouring.
These have been measured, yes.
When did you start?
I started the CAKER in 2010. So
2010, wow.
It's been a minute, and that was back in New Zealand, where I'm from.
Okay.
And it took me, I guess, 5 years to realize that I wanted to expand internationally one day.
Okay.
And the initial plan was to like recreate what I have in New Zealand, which is a full-blown bakery, as well as the cake kits.
So I see that. So the bakery, that's only in New Zealand.
For now, yeah.
For now. And would you possibly want to do one?
Yeah, it's something we're working on.
Amazing.
But I think like COVID definitely made us like relook at the company, and it changed the whole structure of it. And really now the focus for the US is on like expanding the cake kit.
Okay, so I have the cacao, I have the flour.
And then we're gonna do the coconut sugar.
Amazing. All of it?
Yep, all of it. The coconut flour, and then the baking powder.
Amazing.
Well done, you're doing so great.
I'm so good at this.
You're just like a natural baker, I can tell.
I'm just like such a baker, you know.
Amazing. Okay, so that was our dries. We're gonna add this in once you've kind of whisked it all together, like incorporated everything.
So technically I'll be able to say I made this cake?
100%.
Very exciting. Okay,
that
so
is gorgeous.
Pretty
I
good.
love it.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm going to get you to switch utensils. So now we're going to switch to the rubber spatula.
Okay.
And do you know what folding looks like? Or
folding.
Folding. It's kind of like a technique
where you're folding.
Exactly.
Yes.
You're like, what do
I
you
love
mean? Like
to
origami?
No, that's really good. Yeah.
Folding is a technique where it kind of is incorporating air as well as, you know, obviously mixing everything nicely. We don't have any gluten in here, so I'm not too worried about over mixing, but it's just a good sort of practice to have with baking. Over mixing is something you really want to avoid.
Okay.
you can't really do it with this
you
cake.
Can't.
But
can I see how you fold?
Of course, yeah.
I need the pros folding.
Okay, so we've got our olive oil and vanilla here.
Okay. So this is a pretty thick coconut.
So we're doing coconut cream.
Coconut cream. Okay,
you could probably use milk if you wanted, but I just love this. Like it lands like a velvety.
I'm such a coconut addict in general.
Yeah.
So I love coconut.
I mean,
cream.
aside from the little bit of sugar in this cake, it's, I don't know if anyone's keto out there, but like it could just about.
It could be.
And
maybe you could make the coconut sugar monk fruit. Sugar.
I'm
not a huge fan of it. I'd rather just have coconut, but if you're really
yeah.
Okay, so this is where I see the real
This
folding.
is the folding technique, okay? So we're kind of, and that's why a rubber spatula is like one of my favorite utensils in the kitchen. And so we're, going around and then we're sort of flipping it back up like this.
Okay.
And this is kind of a thick mixture, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So how long would you tell someone to do this for?
Like, just as little time as possible. Like, you'd want to keep it like under a minute,
Under a minute, okay.
So I do Celsius as a Kiwi, but so that's 350 Fahrenheit.
350.
So 180 Celsius, 350 Fahrenheit.
Copy.
Yeah.
Could I eat it like that?
I mean, literally,
like
because
you
there's
could
no eggs.
Yeah,
like,
you could literally have it raw
safe
like that.
to do that. And what I'm gonna do is also just add like a nice pinch of salt because
something about salt and chocolate,
it just like brings it all out.
Oh, it really does.
We're looking good. Like, there's if there's a little cocoa lump in there, you're really not going to be mad at it when you eat it.
And it's funny because I felt like in the one I made, it was probably the chocolate chips, but you kind of like that texture of those.
Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, but like I like that texture to it adds kind of like you're eating a brownie almost.
Yeah, totally. And again, these, it pays to get good chocolate. So we buy Calabo chocolate, 72%, and it's just like, they're these little, we call them Calais. They're gonna hold their shape in the cake.
Okay.
But they're gonna be like melted at the same time. It's not gonna like dissolve through it.
Exactly.
And it's why I love it.
It's so good. I've been baking a bunch with those, I've been baking a bunch, what a lie. I've just been eating, I don't know if I'll have to send you them. They're called gems from Hum Kitchen. Have you ever had Hue Kitchen? It's basically a baking gem, but it's made out of coconut sugar, kind of like this. There's so many good alternatives.
So many good things these days,
You can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong. You've got a sweet tooth, I can tell.
just a little.
I don't trust people that don't have sweet teeth.
Right?
Sweet teeth.
They're like, oh, I just like savory. I'm like, I like savory and I like sweet.
Now, one thing that makes, lining your pan a bit easier is simply having a parchment circle that is too big for your pan.
Too big.
So, you could take time and kind of like cut out the perfect base and then the perfect sides.
Okay.
But it's become a sort of a signature look for my cakes.
Yeah.
To have these kind of ripples around
I love it.
the edges because I'm not gonna fuss about cutting that out perfectly. So you sort of end up with.
And it gives it a very cool shape.
Yeah, I mean, it's
at
just
the end.
It's rustic. I mean, we have this saying that cakes should taste like even better than they look, so they should look great. But then the taste really is the most important thing.
And that's so true. I find I'm not a big just basic cake person. Like I like my chocolate and things, but sometimes when a cake is too pretty, it tastes fake almost.
It does tend to be that way.
The thing I love about her cakes is they are so good and so beautiful, and it's like an art in its own way. And I love how it's not too perfect. Teamwork. And so the bake shop you have in New Zealand, is that open right now?
It is, because New Zealand is COVID free. Then we're just gonna
so you'll kind of just smooth it out.
Smooth it out. I mean, how easy was that?
I honestly, couldn't have been more easier.
I know. Now it's time for the oven.
Let's go.
So let's go.
Oh, she's a beauty. Oh my gosh, that smells insane. I may just have to take this and go in the other room. Wow.
Okay, so I think what we're gonna do now is we need to flip it out.
Okay.
What I don't have is a cooling rack, but I'm gonna use my
imagination.
My hands or something, we'll figure it out.
Wow. And so that paper is just like such a game changer, I feel like.
It does help, yeah. Because you know, it's so sad when your cake sticks. I mean, what could be worse?
And knowing me.
Well, there, and look what we're gonna do now. We're gonna really.
We did it!
And then I thought we could like put some berries on it. Yeah.
I'm obsessed.
We will share this recipe, right? Below on the video.
It's in the description. It's in the swipe. It's in the description. It's in the box below.
It is somewhere, okay?
It's somewhere.
So that was in the oven for about 45 minutes. Under baked, or like slightly molten. There's nothing wrong with that.
Totally.
You know,
and that's like what I liked. The thing I liked about it is it kind of reminded me of back in the day when I could eat like a chocolate lava cake or something like that. It really, it basically hits every craving, satisfied, everything. Okay, so here is our cheersing of the cake. Basically, cheers. I made.
You did?
Yeah. Vernon, I don't know how you do it.
Do you like it?
Like is an understatement.
It is actually really good.
It's like, you guys, I don't know if I can even describe, like, you know what this cake reminds me of?
What?
Did you ever watch Matilda? And the big
Mrs.
boy
Trunchbull made him eat the whole cake? Yeah.
I would not be mad if someone made me just sit there and eat this cake.
No, right?
But it really it's literally, this is better than a normal cake. So I have a few Q&As for you. Number one, worst baking disaster problem.
I can remember a day, the mother of the bride turned up a day early to pick up her daughter's wedding cake. It had been arranged on email to be picked up the day of the wedding. She decided to come a day early. So
wow.
So we were like, okay, we're just gonna have to pull it together. So 6 hours later, she comes back and you know the cake's in its box, but it certainly isn't like chilled, you know.
Sketch.
And she had a long drive, and I mean, we were just like that the cake's not gonna make it. And sure enough, like we heard, you know, the next day that like the layers had kind of slid apart. I think it was fine. I saw a photo and someone, like chef, had like fixed it up, but it was just stressful.
That is totally out of your control, and that's like that came out of like a right.
I just remember those 6 hours of having to like try and hurry this thing up. They were so hard, you know. And then for it not to be like the perfect wedding cake, because that's obviously what we strive for.
Of course.
I'm sure it still tasted great, but
I'm sure it was amazing. I would have still had it. Let's say there's someone out there who they just want to be a baker. What is their number one tip? Like one thing you could just say to like a fellow baker or cooker. Chef.
Cooker.
A cooker. Those cookers.
A lot of recipes out there the first step is always to like cream your butter and your sugar, right? Okay. So this is a process which it's your initial way to like incorporate air into your cake and make it light and fluffy. Not like this cake, because this was a one bowl wonder, you know.
Different species.
A different species of cake. So with that step, you really do want to like walk away and do something else while it's going in your mixer. You want to like really put a lot of love and time into that. A minimum of 3 minutes is good, but like you cannot rush that step. Okay. And the butter has to be at room temperature as well.
And so where can I find these?
So they're it's kind of all online still because of COVID, but Anthropology, Urban Outfitters.
Oh wow! Oh, you can
Bloomingdale's, Neiman Marcus. Like lots of the big department stores, or directly through the CAKER.
I feel like direct is always the way I go. Female owned.
Yeah.
You're amazing. Sister, female, yeah. I love it. You're so inspiring. I've been following along her stuff for ages, and it's really gotten me
to
I haven't baked anything until today, so I'm super excited.
Oh, thank you.
Got something under my belt.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
check that off.
Right? Yeah. If I wanted to like spike this cake, what would be my best liqueur or alcohol?
Ooh. Do you like chocolate and orange together?
I love it.
Yeah, so maybe like a Cointreau. You could like do a dash of that.
Love it. I love a little booze in my dessert.
I'm a fan.
Chocolate.
I would do Cointreau. Like I love orange and chocolate together.
Orange and chocolate is such a combo. I love it.
It's a vibe.
Okay, that's the next cake, the spiked cake.
alcoholic cake. Yeah. Yeah. Stay tuned.
Thank you guys for watching. I hope that entertained you and inspired you guys to get baking. You can find all of Jordan's recipes, her Instagram, website, order your boxes in the description. On the YouTube.
On the YouTube.
And I hope everyone is inspired to bake. Bye, guys.
Bye.